One musician, one moment, one message, 800,000 tickets. There's no disputing the crown, since no rapper in history, not even Drake, has ever accomplished what Kendrick Lamar just did. He didn't simply sell out a performance, it was more than just a chart topper. He completely upended the establishment and turned the live music business upside down. In less than 72 hours, 800,000 tickets were sold. The Grand National Tour by Kendrick Lamar didn't simply outsell everyone from London to Berlin and Paris to Cape Town. The streets are shouting it out because it outshone them. Who is Drake? In Europe, the boy was unable to sell even half. Billboard referred to it as a generational aberration because Kendrick performed numbers that Beyoncé had to work hard for. Fans are rushing to make excuses in the meantime. Bloggers are going back. Additionally, the industry is posing the query that up until now, no one has dared to ask aloud. Is the true hip-hop king Kendrick Lamar? And is Drake losing his hold permanently? Oh, the entire thing is being unpacked. Twitter leaks, celebrity responses, the numbers behind the scenes, and Team Ooh's silent panic. We should go back in time since Kendrick Lamar didn't simply decide to shatter records when you wake up one morning. This has been simmering for years. No, like an arc of slow-cooked retribution encased in stillness and poetry. As everyone is aware, Kendrick and Drake have been dancing together for more than 10 years. Drake, however, played the long game even while he continued to be in the spotlight by dropping, charting, and having features with whoever's hot Kendrick. He disappeared. He did some studying. He changed. And he returned with a mission, first with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and now with the Grand National Tour. Not for fame, not for dancing on TikTok, but for legacy. Her Grief CLB and an entire discography of songs that felt more like vibes than vision were all being built up by Drake in the meanwhile. Certainly, the industry, the fans, and the reviewers took notice. Kendrick had the momentum, but Drake had the world. Fast forward to when Kendrick's massive national tour was first announced. Like an earthquake, it struck. One black and white post with a date and a quote, no promo, no leaks. The entire planet is a stage. Let's turn up the volume. In just 5 hours, the post received almost 2 million likes. However, no one anticipated the impending tsunami. Ticketing platforms froze within 24 hours. Fans said they waited in virtual queues for more than 6 hours. Over 180,000 people lined up for some performances at locations that could barely accommodate 35,000 people. Before the merch or streaming hike, 800,000 tickets were sold in less than 72 hours. With an average price of $210 per seat. This brought the total gross income to almost $168 million. Now stop and consider if Drake has ever done that. Everything is a haze, not even through his. He came close to these figures when he ran with 21 Savage. Yes, he sells out. He does trend. Yes. However, Kendrick just demonstrated global dominance. The contrast, however, was what made it more powerful. Kendrick was making headlines around the world at the same moment. Drake came under fire for his last-minute venue downgrading and poor UK sales. Keep in mind the headlines. Drake softly canceled on Wembley Night 2. O2 ticket delays infuriated fans. Is Drake becoming less popular abroad? It was nearly flawless. Kendrick getting up, Drake falters, and Kendrick's squad did something very deliberate. So don't assume they didn't quietly savor the occasion. A behind-the-scenes practice video was made public, showing Kendrick entering an empty arena and muttering, "Let's remind them who writes the blueprint." Then, boom, one of those clips went viral. It was reposted by Rihanna. The creator Tyler left a comment on that section. The worldwide editorial staff at Spotify even reposted it with an emoji, as the internet criticized Drake for his drab set selections and rehashed graphics. He was busy subtweeting and posting pictures from Turks and Caicos, showing off his iced-out chains and expensive sneakers. Drake is still Drake. To be clear, he's not leaving. It's sad, but things have changed. People are wondering about his effect, growth, and emphasis. Kendrick as well. He is demonstrating not only his relevance, but also his necessity. And keep in mind that this tour is only the start. Insiders in the industry are already speculating about a surprise. Midway through the tour, the album was released, and a Netflix documentary is reportedly currently in post-production. Did we also disclose that Kendrick declined Coachella? He desired his own attention. He got it in his own arena. This is no longer a contest. It's a takeover. Hold on, though, for what followed turned this victory from legendary to startling. The headlines were brilliant. The figures were official. Kendrick Lamar was declared the uncontested ticket king by the Globe. However, Drake's camp was in a frenzy behind the scenes. The mask slipped quickly, darling. Let's begin. Fans began to notice something odd while Kendrick's grand national tour was taking up all the limelight. Drake's own group fell silent. No mysterious Instagram posts, no petty captions, no disparaging tweets, just quiet. Additionally, quiet speaks louder than a diss track, if you know Drake. Then followed the leak that was reported all over the UA. World. DME, to popular gossip website, claims that Jay, a former assistant from Drake's OVO sound crew, broke them even though they knew Kendrick was going to sell. Drake dropped his cell phone. Since Sunday, it has been calling for a complete rebrand. Wait, what? The blogs went viral. Drake is having a breakdown. The OOO team is rushing to win the Kendrick ticket. Why is the Drake team removing outdated content? Because by the middle of the week, they were removing anything related to that. The removal of multiple tour pages from Drake's website was observed by fans. Additionally, 2 fan merchandise designs inexplicably vanished from the OVO store. A Reddit user shared a screenshot of an email that was inadvertently forwarded to them rather than an internal team. The topic: what comes next? Reclaiming the story. Oh no! Fans began to delve further into Drake's website's code, and one user discovered a hidden subpage called The Last Laugh that contained only a distorted audio sample. He may have sold more, but we know why, someone whispered. Drake is very likely the voice. What did he mean, though? Fans started speculating more quickly than a Vegas club DJ. Is he going to reveal Kendrick? Was that a preview of the display? Kendrick had manipulated his numbers. Additionally, Kendrick's crew pounced while fans were squabbling in the comments. This boom was put on Threads by a verified producer that was connected to Kendrick. Drake was always at the top of the charts. The stage was built by Kendrick. Legacy and streams are not the same thing. Boom. After a complete internet meltdown, the shocking turn of events occurred. Do you recall that 800,000 tickets were sold for Kendrick's tour? An unnamed Live Nation staffer claims that Kendrick didn't even intend to reveal every date at once. It seems that only the first phase of the tour was planned. However, the back-end tech team was told to covertly release Phase 2 without making any public announcements. Once they saw how quickly it sold, even still, they sold out in a matter of minutes. Including in 3 places Drake has never really penetrated: Johannesburg, Tokyo, and São Paulo. Therefore, Kendrick's victory over Drake in North America and Europe wasn't the only one. Globally, Kendrick was outperforming him. Take a moment to process that. The singer, who formerly referred to himself as the international pop star of rap, was just outperformed by the man who was either too lyrical or too niche. Drake was brutally dragged by the fans. Kendrick Drake is making apology reels and going on globe tours. You guys were actually making fun of pimping a butterfly? Shh, look, Drake composed songs for playlists. Legends have heard Kendrick's songs. Fans have now turned it when Drake remarked, "They're screaming out my failures." Kendrick simply yells, "Control." Kendrick doesn't have to yell. The figures beg for him. And once Kendrick's dominance began to spark, let's not pretend that Nicki was not also affected by this. Industry discussions about the status quo, the next big thing, and what true impact looks like. Apple Music released a promotional banner. According to Variety, a key ROC Nation executive stated, off the record, "Drake and Nicki have always been top-tier performers. But Kendrick, he's a movement. The ticket numbers prove it. Even streaming platforms got shady. Observe excellence. The huge national tour of Kendrick Lamar. Spotify updated its playlists as well. Legends at work with Nas, Jay-Z, and Kendrick." However, can you guess who was? Missing Drizzy. Additionally, the fans saw that one tweet had over 28,000 likes, place after a chess match. That sounds like something a loser would remark. You created an empire. Kendrick left a legacy behind. Expressed your concern without actually expressing it to us. And just when we believed that was the high point, a leaked audio clip purportedly showed Drake ranting about Kendrick's success over the phone with a close friend. Now let them cheer. When the music stops, they'll return. With these cognizant sorts, that's what constantly occurs. Hold on a second. Was Kendrick's run only temporary? Was it just a phase, as he claimed? Well, if Drake believed it to be true, unnoticed, he was completely mistaken because the subsequent events escalated this into a full-scale conflict. The instant the audio from that phone call was revealed, the whole internet went crazy. Drake refers to Kendrick as a conscientious type who only experiences fleeting fame. It was more than just shady. That was a new level of rudeness. And the admirers of Kendrick, oh, it was unacceptable to them. Drake's words were remixed into a diss beat by fan producers who quickly grabbed the audio sample. Temporary hype, created by the Not Toddle Like Us producer, became popular on TikTok. Drake's own lines were looped over Kendrick's Not Like Us and an 88 heavy instrumental in the song. The background is overlaid with ad-libs. It was blatantly disrespectful. Now let them cheer. ... They have left. Cheer forever. When the music stops, they'll return. ... This flood never ends. Boy, it exploded. 3 a day with 7 million plays. The hashtag then appeared. Hashtag transient hype tour. Making fun of Drake's "It's all a blur" of branding and previous performances. However, baby Kendrick wasn't finished because Cree sent a mysterious Instagram message that stopped the industry in its tracks while everyone else was remixing. A square of black renaissance in a nutshell. The comments were really crazy. What is he preparing? Is this a teaser for the album? He's going to say something that will cause the timeline to change. He bided his time till Drake opened his mouth. He's going to end him now, immediately. Insider websites asserted that this was Kendrick's, subtly verifying what had previously only been whispered. There would soon be a surprise Grand National Tour's live album. Not just any live album, though. ... One that was recorded on 3 continents and included studio singers, crowd recordings, and orchestras into a single body of work. The real kind of renaissance. After that, there was a claim from DJ Booth's private Discord server that Kendrick was going to do something that no other rapper had ever done. Unreleased verses from the Europe portion of the tour should be included in a live concept CD and visual feature. What is a tour versus an unreleased film? The classic Kendrick quote from Untitled 07 began to be quoted by people like it was foretold. Last night I decided that I would die for it. Since they were in DEFCON 1 status, let's go back to Drake's camp. Insiders began leaking panicked communications from OVO management teams at this point. ALLEGDLY is advising venue partners to postpone merch activations and plan promotional initiatives. The subject line of one leak even read, "Wait for 40. No sudden moves." Who is 40? The man behind the OVO sound is Drake's longtime producer, his right hand. Guess what, though? 40 had also fallen silent. No stories, no tweets, no even Drake's birthday shout-out post, which fans thought was highly dubious. Was there a decline in internal beef? Drake was cautioned by 40 not to openly react to Kendrick's tour success. Discussions erupted on Twitter. Drake is afraid to fall. The cultural moment was stolen by Kendrick. As PG Long governs the globe, OVO is on silent, like a warning shot. 40's is avoiding Drake. Amidst all of that, Bet posted a tweet that fundamentally altered the story. The teaser for the next Hip Hop Awards reads, "A tribute to a living legend." On the international stage, he's simply defeated. Who do you think was in the silhouette? Kendrick. The caption, "The artist who didn't follow the trend is honored this year. He made it, you. Before it ever began, it was over." In order to truly blow the internet up, a well-known rap analyst then revealed a canceled OVO marketing plan that was purportedly created in case Kendrick's tour didn't work out. Quantity versus quality. The true story behind touring numbers is the marketing title. They were prepared to fabricate the story. They believed when the opposite occurred, they froze. But Kendrick would drop the ball. And do you recall Temporary Hype, the remix? New Hip Hop Wave, an editorial playlist on Spotify, and SoundCloud's trending charts both featured it. People were picking sides. Rappers were also contributing. J. Cole used a train emoji to publish a suspicious laughing emoji. Watching M's sweat from the balcony seat. I paid full price for Kendrick BTWTDE's Top Dog dropped a rare tweet too. This is what happens when you rap for the art, not the algorithm. Tyler, the inventor, tweeted immediately following Kendrick's cryptic statement. Then the bomb dropped. When Kendrick finished his performance in Dublin, he deviated from the script and turned to face the audience. He put the music on hold, just Kendrick's vocals and a spotlight. No lights, no beats. Have any of you ever been undervalued? Crowd, let's toast. Have any of you ever been told the truth? Have a date of expiration? More cheers from the crowd. Don't let this tour, this movement, or this legacy fade away. Mike went backstage. As if it were a Grammy speech, Schoolboy Q, Keem, and even J-Rock were observed applauding. The change was palpable. Ticket sales were no longer the only factor in this. Who controls the future of rap was at issue here. This was legacy versus popularity, culture versus commerce. And it was Kendrick's turn to take charge. Don't get too comfortable, though, because fresh private video that is coming from inside the OVO circle may reveal an even greater treachery. Drake didn't see it coming. The streets weren't quiet, let's just say that. Social media exploded as Kendrick's mic drop in Dublin went viral. And by meltdown, we mean bloggers backing off, TikTok curse wailing, and even Drake standing there jumping ship like rats off a drowning yacht. Popular hashtags, hashtag Kendrick, 800K hashtag, not temporary hashtag Grand National Goat. Hashtag KD killed coach. Hey Lee, single quotes, it was a digital funeral out here. And people were posting memes of Drake in a lifeboat with the caption, while Kendrick was sailing the Titanic. Directly to Pluto, and fans weren't holding back. Elaine posted a video with 2 lines, 3 million views. In every barbershop argument, I used to stand up for Drake, but with what Kendrick just did, I feel like I've been duped. Setchie herself reposted a reaction that was posted by Thiquinity. According to Kendrick, Renaissance completely upended the rap industry. While they are still working out Candyland, this man is playing chess. Wait though, and then it arrived. The famous people. Under Kendrick's rehearsal video, C left a remark. This is the manifestation of passion. You all forgot. You all remember. Now, the creator Tyler went live on Instagram while carrying a framed picture of Kendrick and declared that he was no longer even rapping. We're all going to church while he preaches. Then came the media frenzy. Lil Baby, Drake's recent friend, even liked a tweet that read, "Kendrick is giving the kind of pressure we needed back in 2018. Another post claimed that Drake has been too comfortable. Kendrick just walked into the room and turned the AC off. Headline. From Rolling Stone, there is more to Kendrick Lamar's tour than just his historic billboard. 800,000 tickets were sold, and hip-hop simply changed direction. Global demand was transformed into a cultural reset by Complex Kendrick. Jay-Z joins the conversation just when we thought it couldn't get much better. Yes, Hav, in a unique tactic. He used just 3 words to repost Kendrick's Bet silhouette promo on his Instagram story. Legitimate air in a nutshell. Since co-signing Jay-Z has never supported an artist with so much sway. He never used a term so strong even. Then, Twitter almost crashed. Jay contacted Kendrick on the radio to ask, "Someone to check on him?" Drake. Hoff simply ignited the incense as Kendrick took the throne. Then Noah 40 Shab Drake's longtime producer, posted a now-deleted tweet. He then logged out after it. Remarked, "You can't compete with conviction, especially when you traded yours for streams. Even those who are devoted to Drake began to doubt everything, you know." There was a poll in the Shade Room, who is currently in charge of hip-hop. Twitter was in ruins, with Kendrick at 84%, Drake at 13%, and the remaining 3% in ruins. Fans were furious with Amani Goth's posts, and Instagram was overflowing with edits of Kendrick standing on a stack of platinum records as Drake held a dog and a microphone. Kendrick provided us a reason to believe in hip-hop once more, while Drake brought us wonderful times. At number 9, even Janix Drake's infamous online ride was on livestream. And he said, "Look, I'm Team Drake. But this Kendrick got us all shook. This man isn't playing anymore." People began referring to Kendrick as the People's Champion. Jess Queen tweeted, "Drake is somewhere writing about heartbreak while Kendrick is out here rumors Drake has an unreleased song in the vault that was purportedly recorded immediately following the Dublin performance." Right when we believed after Kendrick had the throne locked, bolted, and sealed, the game was completely turned upside down by an unexplained leak. Suddenly, an unreleased straight track called Last Laugh appears online. People initially believed it to be a deepfake, a sappy, or another troll remix. But Oo's inner circle later verified it was authentic. Additionally, Apple wasn't the source of the decline. Didn't originate with Spotify. Came from somewhere other than SoundCloud. Drake did not simply clap back when it was posted on a private Telegram group that was anonymously shared with the remark, "He waited long enough. Watch the throne and y'all the bars." He set bridges on fire. He attended the entirety of Kendrick's tour, his speech, and also made fun of the conscientious rap fans, accusing them of being Bible-quoting blog lads who wore festival tans and thrifted clothes. What? The wildest part isn't even that. He learned how to headline from Drake's lines. "He wants to shine now, but I've been cooking all summer." He even imitated Kendrick's voice on the song while practicing his punchlines, adding a chorus that sounded uncannily similar to Not Like Us, but flipped. "Before I grew up, I rapped like a prophet, just like him. It's become wealthy and ceased making foolish remarks." Additionally, there is a clip of audio from a Bet interview that was purportedly taken in Kendrick's early days, in which he commends Drake's mentoring right in the middle of the song. According to insiders, Drake kept that film for years in anticipation of the time when he could use it as leverage. And he did, darling. Was the track polished before you ask? Indeed. Was it prepared for widespread adoption? Of course. Did Drake, however, release it himself? Not at all. The plot gets more complicated at that point. According to people close to Kendrick's team, the leak was not an accident. It was deliberate sabotage. Minutes afterward, a phony Spotify profile posing as the actual OVO insider appeared. tagging a ghost account with a single post. He heard, it already reads the caption on a grainy picture of Kendrick in a recording booth. Just hours after the leak, Kendrick's verified fan page shares this. Wait, hold up. Are you all hearing this? That means Kendrick already has a disc recorded in response to a disc that hasn't even officially dropped yet. But here's where this final twist leaves us all breathless. He ought to have sought assistance if he required it to complete his verse. The dude, Rake, the Rakim. Kendrick genuinely sacrificed his earnings in order to show respect. These days, he posts subliminals. This is either the largest chessboard in rap since Nas versus Jay-Z, or Kendrick has all the pieces in his corner. And there's more, darling. A leaked message from a Dubai-based event planner claims that Kendrick and Rake have both been hired to perform. In just 2 weeks, there will be a surprise set at the Abu Dhabi hip-hop event. Guess who else was supposed to be the headliner at? First, this isn't just about albums and tours anymore. Dr. AQ. HWWW, reputation is at issue here. This has to do with legacy. In the largest rap feud of the decade, this is about who gets the final say. So, what are our next steps? Should we start? A fight now or wait for Drake to formally release Last Laugh? Shall we wait for Kendrick's enigmatic Renaissance release? Alternatively, should we let the real GOAT dwell in Abu Dhabi? Because this drama is definitely not over. Very nearly. Whoosh! Are you even listening if your jaw isn't on the ground by now? Hey everyone, we just saw history. 800,000 tickets were sold by Kendrick Lamar as if it were little. Drake just added fuel to the flames with his final chuckle leak. And now that Rake has entered the fray, it's not just rap. It's a lyrical battle for the supremacy of hip-hop. The question that is igniting the internet must now be asked. In 2025, who will be the true hip-hop king? Drake or Kendrick? Leave your choice in the space provided here. Do you still ride with October's own, or are you a member of the Grand National team? Additionally, don't be cautious. The wild takes on bar-for-bar breakdowns are what we want to hear. Kendrick's 82 was the actual T. All right? The last nail in the coffin is the ticket flex. Or did Drake just demonstrate his continued dominance with a pen? And tell us, did Rackham's participation just alter the rules of the game? Because if he appears alongside Kendrick in Abu Dhabi, we could be a new gold standard is being examined. In wrap, before you leave, we have learned that a very secret Kendrick video was filmed in Berlin 2 nights ago. The footage was so mysterious that the camera team was forced to sign non-disclosure agreements right away. Is it an album surprise, a CD, or a documentary? We'll be right here dissecting every frame, every song, and every sign when it drops. But only time will tell. To ensure you don't miss a single leak, twist, or GOAT discussion, feel free to hit the bell, hit the like button, and subscribe for more hip-hop pandemonium. It's not over yet. It's only the beginning. Hashtag Last Drake. Hashtag Rap Beef 225. Kendrick vs Drake hash 800KPOA. Hashtag Hip Hop Goat hash KDOT wins. Hash KDOT wins hash Grand National Tour.